Someone says, "You look really nice today." And instead of saying thank you, your brain does this thing. Me? No, I don't. This is literally the worst outfit I own. They're just being nice. They probably say that to everyone. If that's you, this section is going to hit different. Because the inability to accept a compliment isn't about being humble. It's about something much deeper. And it usually starts before you even remember. Segment 1. The deflection reflex. Let's break down what happens neurologically when someone compliments you. In a person with healthy self-perception, a compliment activates the ventral striatum, the brain's reward center. It feels good. The brain goes, "Oh, someone noticed. That's nice." But in people who struggle to accept compliments, something different happens. The compliment creates cognitive dissonance. Your brain receives incoming data, you're smart, beautiful, talented, that directly contradicts your internal self-image, "I'm not good enough." And when your brain encounters contradictory information, it doesn't just sit with it, it resolves the tension, and it usually resolves it by rejecting the new data. That's why you deflect. That's why you say, "Oh, stop," or "No, I'm not," or immediately redirect the attention to someone else. Your brain is literally protecting itself from information it can't process. Think about that. A compliment, one of the most positive things someone can give you, becomes a source of psychological stress. That's not a character flaw. That's a wiring issue. Segment 2. Where it comes from. This wiring almost always traces back to one place: early emotional environment. If you grew up in a home where praise was rare, conditional, or unpredictable, your brain never learned how to file compliments properly. Maybe you heard "good job" only when you performed perfectly, so your brain learned "I'm only valuable when I deliver results." Or maybe you were praised inconsistently, sometimes for things that didn't matter, which taught your brain that compliments are random and meaningless. Or, and this one is the most painful, maybe you were praised and then punished. "You're so smart, why can't you figure this out then?" That creates what psychologists call a double bind, where positive feedback becomes a setup for criticism, and your brain adapts by becoming suspicious of all positive input. This is rooted in attachment theory. Children who develop insecure attachment styles, particularly anxious or avoidant attachment, often grow into adults who genuinely cannot tolerate positive feedback about themselves. And here's what makes it worse. Nobody taught you to notice this. You just grew up thinking, "I'm not good with compliments," like it was a personality quirk. But it's not. It's a learned response. And that means it can be unlearned. But here's where it gets really interesting. People who can't accept compliments often share another psychological pattern, and it affects their relationships in ways they don't expect. Segment 3. The relationship impact. When you can't accept a compliment, you're not just rejecting words. You're rejecting connection. Think about it from the other person's perspective. They noticed something about you. They thought about it. They chose to say it. And you shot it down. For the person giving the compliment, that feels like a small rejection. Not a dramatic one, but a subtle one. And over time, those subtle rejections stack up. Partners of people who can't accept compliments often report feeling like their love doesn't land. They say, "I tell them they're beautiful," and they roll their eyes. "I tell them I'm proud of them," and they change the subject. This creates a disconnect because the compliment giver starts to feel like nothing they say matters, and the person who can't accept the compliment starts to feel like nobody really sees them, even though people are literally trying. It's a painful loop. Both people are hurting, and neither one understands why. The fix isn't just saying "thank you" more. The fix is understanding why your brain treats love like a foreign language and slowly teaching it to listen. Segment 4. The impostor syndrome connection. Here's a connection most people miss. The inability to accept compliments is one of the earliest signs of impostor syndrome. Impostor syndrome isn't just about feeling unqualified at work. It's a deep belief that you don't deserve the positive things people say about you, that if people really knew you, the real you, they wouldn't be impressed. And compliments trigger that fear, because every compliment is a reminder of the gap between how people see you and how you see yourself. Studies from the International Journal of Behavioral Science show that up to 70% of people experience imposter syndrome at some point. But for some people, it's not a phase, it's a baseline. And here's the twist. People with imposter syndrome tend to be some of the most competent, hardworking, and capable people in the room. They're not faking it, they just believe they are. So when someone compliments them, the internal response isn't gratitude, it's panic. Oh no, they think I'm good at this. What happens when they find out I'm not? If that resonates, just know, the fact that you're worried about being a fraud is actually proof that you care deeply about doing good work. Real frauds don't lose sleep over it. So how do you actually rewire this? Step 1. Just say, thank you. I know it sounds too simple, but the act of accepting a compliment verbally, even when your brain is screaming no, starts to create new neural pathways. You're teaching your brain that positive input is safe. Step 2. Sit with the discomfort for 3 seconds. When someone compliments you, don't respond immediately. Just breathe. Let the words exist for a moment before your brain tries to reject them. Those 3 seconds, they're where the rewiring happens. Step 3. Write down compliments. This sounds cheesy, but it works. Keep a note on your phone. Every time someone says something nice about you, write it down. Over time, your brain starts to build a new internal narrative, one with evidence. Step 4. Notice the pattern. The next time you deflect a compliment, ask yourself, what did I just protect myself from? And be honest, because most of the time, it's not humility, it's fear. Fear of being seen, fear of being wrong about yourself, fear that if you accept something good, you'll have something to lose. This isn't about becoming arrogant, it's about becoming accurate, because maybe, just maybe, you're not as undeserving as you've been telling yourself. Maybe the real growth is learning to say just 2 words, thank you, and meaning it. If this hit you, don't scroll. Drop a thank you in the comments, not for me, for yourself. And if you know someone who struggles to accept compliments, send this to them. You might change the way they see themselves. Follow for more psychology that actually rewires how you think.